I met a gypsy.
What was what was a good contract back then in the 90s? Like sign on.
What year?
Oh, like 94.
94, Yamaha probably paid me $250,000, $300,000. All in, I might have made $500,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is good money in the 90s.
Yeah, but it's significantly different. By the end of the 90s, every top rider had $1 million salary and $1 million championship bonus.
By the end of the 90s.
By the end of the 90s, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was the first rider to get $250,000 championship bonuses. My old business manager and agent, Dave Stevenson, negotiated those. The highest one at that point had been $150. And then I get $250. I win them both in the same year. But, we were just I saw this comment from Jeremy somewhere. He was just going, we were just kids though, and it's like the times were so different than what they are now, right? And there was a time where I had like $650,000 worth of checks on my desk, and my business manager's like, "Hey, did you deposit those checks?" And I'm like, "Oh, we're going to Havasu. I'll do it next week." And he's like, "Any way you can deposit those today before you leave?" And you're like, "Oh, whatever. It's funny money. It's just, I don't know. It's just paper."
Fuck,
$650,000. How would that be right now? You'd be like, "Hell yeah, we're going to, what time's the bank close?"
I'd be rushing to put that.
You get a refund back from AT&T for like $19. You're like, "Hold on, I gotta go to the bank on the way home," where you're taking a picture of it. You know what I mean? But back then it was like you didn't
Well, what do you even need money for at a certain point, right?
By the mid '90s, I was making enough money to where that I could do everything that I wanted. I didn't want a big ass house. I had my boat, I had my truck, I had a sports car or something, and like that's all you needed. The rest was just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like now, the money that the individuals are making, and I was just watching this clip of Ricky talking about when Ricky Carmichael, when his agent was like, "Hey, we got an offer from Suzuki," and he's like, "Shit, I don't know if I want to ride Suzuki. How much?" $5 million. Shit, that's nuts. And he's like, "They'll never go for that." And then it's like, it calls back, "Hey, you want the good news or the bad news?" Well, there is no bad news. They agreed to it. What?
What's that a month?
$5 million. Well, it was 4.7 is what it said in the video.
I'm figuring out.
$4,700,000 per year.
That's $400,000 a month.
$400,000 a month.
Plus
right?
win bonuses every weekend, getting $1 million
bonus probably, right?
Yep, for the championship.
I always thought that contract was like, we're paying you already to win the championship, so it was 4.7, win or lose, because we know that you're driven for the championship, so we'll just pay you everything up front. That's kind of how I thought of it. But still,
Well, he still would have got win bonuses for the nights, I reckon.
No, I think it.
Oh,
I don't think it was like, here's what Ricky has done, and so this is par, so you're going to pay up front for par, in which he earned every bit of that.
Oh, for sure.
Where there was, especially after McGrath had won his first 4 championships, he wins another 3. There were so many guys that it's like, well, shit, we don't have McGrath, or later on we don't have Carmichael. Like, who's the next guy? And they got paid on potential, not actually what they delivered.
Yeah.
There were a ton of guys that were like, well, we don't have the guy, so we got to pay the guy that we think might beat the guy. And they got overpaid for what, and then you get a guy like Ricky who won a pro motocross championship every year that he raced it. Mm-hmm. Except the final year when he did a half season. And
which he could have won if he won
that
around.
One too. Yeah. So he earned the right to have a guaranteed contract. I've gotten pretty opinionated with certain companies I've worked with and certain riders that have their agents now that we at around 2000 is when we really got like the super agents and guys that are getting guaranteed contracts. I could be convinced that the risk involved and the work and dedication warrants a guaranteed contract. But, you know, guys get injured and, you know, whatever's happening. It's like, dude, the company just paid you this much, but we're not getting what we paid for. But I could be,
you can kind of see it both
swayed.
ways.
Yeah, I could kind of see it both ways. But,
Yeah.
you know, Carmichael was certainly an individual that, you know, there was no doubt about what you were getting when you signed with him. Like, when you signed him, like, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah.
Once he hit 2,000, it was like, this guy's locked in.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.